Hello there, this is Ron Wills, and I'm coming back at you again with yet another video. Today, I want to tell black men, raise your standards. Look, I know we get on these videos and we get on social media and we complain about black women doing this, that, and the third. Okay, all legitimate, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Some of the blame lies with us. I'm going to tell you where it lies with us. And that in the sense that a lot of sisters try to say we're to blame, but it is one big thing that it lies with us. Black men have a worldwide reputation of being too thirsty. Let me say that again. We got a reputation of being thirsty, of taking whatever. And the problem is, it's too many of us that do it as a group. I ain't saying individuals before somebody get in the comments saying they don't do it. Nah, as a group, too many of us will take whatever a woman is putting out, whatever she got going on, whatever baggage, whatever shape she's in on that end. We'll put up with it. I remember this one woman. I mean, she was obese. There's no nice way to put it. There's no nice way to put it. I mean, she was somewhat cool, right? And I even told her, me being a blunt brother I am, I told her she needed to lose weight. And I'm gonna tell you what she told me. She was like, "Ron, there's always gonna be some man who wanna hit this." She looked me dead in the eye and said it. And it's a woman like physically unhealthy. She really should have did it for herself anyway, but that's another issue. This woman actually, I mean, she looked me dead in the eye. Was dead serious. She said, "There's always gonna be some guy I want to get with her." And to be honest, there always was a guy who wanted to get with her. Decent guys. The same guys who might complain about black women and stuff. But she knew she could always get some dick. And see, you get a lot of women, not just black women, but women of other cultures. You'll get women like white women or Asian women, some Latina women who, their own men don't want them, but they know some brother somewhere take them. And it just regardless of what they look like. In fact, some are arrogant about it too. They come up to you, think you're supposed to talk to them. And a white woman actually get mad at me because I ain't seem like I was interested in like being friendly to her. And I really wasn't. It was some drama. It was some drama. I ain't gonna get into the particulars of it, but she about to fight another black woman and shit. Who I was friendly to the black woman, and the white woman, her rationale, she getting all huffy because I wasn't as friendly to her. And I'm like, the hell? What? A lot of women all over the world, they think, well, you know what? I can get a brother. And they'll be aggressive about it too. Because they know there's some brother who's going to feel them. You might get a brother who, is pro-black to the point where he's like, nah, I ain't messing with you. But they know they keep going. They going to find one soon. And, and that's just the interracial piece. Let's get back into what we're dealing with as black men in this society. A lot of these women do what they do, say what they do, because they ultimately know somebody going to put up with it. They know it. I mean, you get a lot of brothers getting on social media and stuff complaining about a black woman's weight, but what she got to lose weight for? Personally, the ones I talk to and be honest with, I say, yeah, you need to lose it for health reasons, but if their goal is to get a man, they don't have to shoot. They don't have to lose weight. Hell, they don't have to present their best behavior either, really. They might do it for select men, but they know they can be out of shape. They can have attitude for days. They can actually snap on a man and somebody gonna try to get with them. And they know it. They know it. And a lot of them do. A lot of these women, if they can't get Mr. Goodbar or, that status, man, what they do? They get that brother who just happy to like let a woman find a woman who will let him sniff it. No joke. Because they know it's out there. And we see it and we joke about it. What do we call them? We call them thirsty brothers. And sometimes, we all anybody's been on social media enough know across their timeline you gonna get that picture of some thirsty comment made by some brothers. In fact, there was a Tumblr, I believe. Yeah, I should look it up and link it, but I don't feel like looking it up because y'all probably seen it at some point. Got a bunch of brothers up there being all thirsty. I mean, at least they were thirsty for some fine women, but still, that's still a standard thing. Because the standard is more than just the standard that too many black men lower themselves for is not just the physical thing, but just the mental thing, the class thing. You know, like you got a lot of brothers complaining about thoughts. Complaining, I leave that thought alone. Well, that thought got some brothers trying to holler at her, who probably trying to take her out to like dinner and all that stuff, lunch. The thoughts are complaining. I mean, not complaining. Brothers are complaining about it, but I'm like, well, somebody gassing her head. Shoot, somebody taking her out. Women feel, hey, they get on here. You got some men complaining about single mothers having all these criteria for men. There's gonna be some man who gonna try to reach it, and he gonna tell her whatever. And he throw his own brothers under the bus. Say, yeah, I ain't like him. And this woman ain't worth it. Woman be like a 4 on a good day, and she knows some brother gonna try to holler. And we as men, see, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. And like I said, I got so many like different online platforms. I don't remember sometimes where I said what at, right? And I think I might share this story before. I know I shared it somewhere. If I shared it on YouTube before, just let me know and just bear with me. But it bears repeating. One of the things about me is I require any woman to be in my circle to have a certain level of class. I don't care what her race is. I don't care what she got going on. You gotta have a certain level of class for me to even acknowledge you, right? And I remember years ago I had to take the bus to this job I had, right? And it was a bunch of rowdy. It was a black women and some white women. They will always be at the bus stop, all rowdy and stuff. And I really just ignored them. And I noticed after a while, whenever they saw me coming, they started getting quiet, and their whole demeanor would change. That's because within me, I had a certain standard that I wanted. See, one of the things men have to do is understand. I preach women choose the men, right? But men do not have to accept that choice. Just because if some ratchet crazy woman accepts you, you don't have to just go out with her. You got an option to, but you don't have to deal with her. If 5 crazy women or 5 lower subpar women choose you, you don't have to deal with all 5. Because that means at some point some decent woman to choose you. But that's the man got to have standards to go there. Because you get some men, they deal with the first woman and halfway smile at them. And I mean halfway smile at them. But when men have standards, what happens is the women got to raise their game. And see, right now, a lot of women don't have to raise their game. And I ain't going to put this just on the sisters. Any woman who messes with a black man, the majority of black men don't have to raise their game. Because only a small percentage are going to make them raise their game. They don't have to shoot. They can look whatever, act whatever, and they know that thirsty ass brother gonna like holler at them. But, and that's why you get a lot of this behavior out here. That's why you get a lot of this craziness. Because they not asked to do better. They are not asked to do better. But once you have standards, once you raise your standards, and once you say, okay, I'm not gonna respond to this woman unless she's in shape, unless she has some class to her. And I mean that word class. I actually need to do a video on that, like classy. And we know I don't have to explain what classy is. We know what classy is. Like she carries herself right. Like that she's not a little girl but a grown woman. That she has some level of intelligence. However you want to define that, maybe book smart, street smart, that's the individual, but some level of intelligence. Once black men as a collective start saying, look, this is what we want. This is how you have to be for us to deal with you. I guarantee there's going to be some big changes. Like a lot of stuff we get on these videos, and we point out what they doing, their fuckery and all of that shit. But a lot of it'll stop if we just say, okay, if you gonna do that, I'm just gonna let you stay over there in the corner. You go do your thing, girl. Yeah. Now when you wanna act right, you can come back over here. Boom. That's all it is. Just raise your standards. Look, here's the thing. In order to raise your standards, fellas, y'all gotta start valuing yourself and valuing what you bring into the table. All right. Because the only reason a man would lower his standards is because at some level he don't feel like he's bringing enough, or he don't feel like he can do better or can get better. It was like, no, fellas, black men, shoot. First of all, even though the numbers are exaggerated, there's more black women than black men, and more women in the world, period. Because even though everybody always throw out that whole 2 million more black women than black men in this country, what they don't throw out there is 7 million more white women than white men in this country. So first of all, it's more them than you. You got to value yourself. That's the main thing. Once you got to look at the mirror and say, hold up, I'm hard working, I'm doing this or that. And even though personally I'm a humble person, shoot, sometimes you gotta look at yourself and say, damn, I look good. You got it going on. And that's if you got it going on. And we know, you know what? Because one thing, and this is a little bit of a tangent, but you get some women saying, well, just because they have a job and all that, it don't mean they're a good man. If a man doing what he's supposed to do, which is working to take care of at least himself, and he knows right from wrong. Women know somebody who knows right from wrong, and you as a man, you out there like, trying to be righteous, trying to be right, trying to be right with whatever your version of God is. Shoot. You doing right. Shoot. If your ass is healthy, shoot, value it. Value what you bring into the table. See it's not even really about just the women. See, one of the things I'm gonna do with these videos, we want to start looking in the mirror more. Value what you bring in. Value who you are, because you're very important. You're very important. Hell, you're alive. Shoot, you're mentally healthy. I mean, there's 1,000 things. Each man got his own set. He need to look at himself in the mirror and say that. You deserve somebody who's going to reach your standard. And this don't mean be some unrealistic shit like you trying to get like that less than 1% of dimes out there. But at least somebody that you can reach a minimum with you as far as her looks, her disposition, her intelligence, her cooperation, and mainly her compatibility. That's the main thing. You want to be compatible with that person. That got to be like your standard. Raise that standard. If enough men do that, trust me, change will happen. Trust me. It's like I don't have to think about it. One of the things in the black community, you get a lot of people talking about. You get a lot of people talking about solutions. Well, that's a solution. Black men, raise your standards. We don't have to discuss it. It's like I said in that Thinking Man video. Our way or the highway. So raise your standards. It's like don't accept subpar shit. All right, from any woman. Don't accept it. Don't accept bad treatment. Let me end with this story, right? There's a young lady, right? And this was back in the days, before texting and Skype and all of that. And it's just an interesting story how we met. But it's like back then it was more like you could meet somebody and talk with somebody on the phone and barely know what they look like, right? Now, me and her weren't in any type of long distance relationship. In fact, other than an old picture, she could probably be standing in front of me today, and I probably wouldn't recognize her. I remember she had some dude. Now, me and her were just on a friendship tip, right? She had some dude over her place, and I think I called called, shooting the breeze and stuff. And she called and, she said, yeah, dude's over here and everything. I was like, oh, my bad. I'll get back to you. And then she was like, oh, no, no, we can talk. And I was like, okay. And as we were talking, she said, oh, wait a minute, Ron. She was looking at what he was doing. That dude, he had put on his coat, shoes. He was walking out that door. And I ain't gonna lie, I was cool with the woman, but I was like, yeah, dude, that's how you do it. That dude was not going to sit there and allow a woman he trying to holler at talk to another dude. That was his standard. I respected that dude. Ironically, I haven't spoke with that woman since, because he probably let her know. And I respect that. And forget anybody talking about, well, women can have friends. No, no. In that particular case, they probably just getting started and shit. He set the tone right there. That's how a man got to be. I respect that man. I respect him because I said, damn, I did the same thing. You know? But I respect him, and that's how men have to be. You got to be to the point you ready to walk away. So anyway, that's it for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.